Hey everyone. So I started sending 100 cold DMs a day on LinkedIn. Now, this takes a bit of time to achieve because you have to have several thousand followers to be able to do this on a repeatable basis. But I send 100 cold DMs, roughly speaking, um, to potential prospects. And why did I start doing that? I started doing that because I started to notice that successes or small wins would only come, like, let's just say, every 100 actions or so, right? I noticed that sending 30 or 40 or 50 out or 10 out or 20 out, it just, you know, you weren't capturing those long tail victories, right? You weren't finding that diamond in the rough. So ultimately, that's why I send out 100 a day. It gets pretty exhausting, especially if you're customizing messages. There's kind of no way around that. But ultimately, too, if you have a really nice message, right, it's pretty simple to just sort of cut and paste, and you can still sound authentic, right, depending on what the offer is or how you're going about it. But anyways, I sent 100 cold DMs a day. Um, I started doing this again, as I mentioned, because I started to realize that only if I was doing it that much were enough victories coming my way. Um, I wasn't doing it in the past, I think, because I think it was out of ignorance and naivety. Um, I thought I could be more efficient with less. So whether you're knocking 10 doors or sending 10 DMs or making 10 phone calls, um, the reality is that no matter once you hit a certain threshold of skill level in sales, the only thing left to do is just it's pure volume, right? And I'm of the belief that almost anyone can get good at selling. And so all else being equal, the only cure for more deals, more pipeline is just it's pure volume once those skills are in place, right? Um, and notice I said not bigger deals, not more important deals, just more deals, right? Um, and I wanted to share this, I think, because I see so many people, me too, back in the day. I think I just overcomplicated it. I think I made it about everything other than just pure volume out the door. Now, again, as I said, the caveat to that is everyone has to learn how to do it well, and they have to get feedback from the market, and they have to be told that they're coming on too strong or too soft or too memorable or unmemorable, whatever it might be. But eventually, once you kind of get good enough at it, um, at the end of the day, it's just pure volume. So whenever I see a founder who says like, "Oh, this isn't working very well," the next follow up question is, "Well, how many times have you done it?" Right? Whether it's cold call, cold email, cold DM. I hear that a lot when I speak with other founders, and that was really interesting to me. And I started to notice, well, wait a minute, it's working for some, but not others. And what I realized is that the ones that it was working for were doing it so much that it could not work for them. If you think about that too, it's really hard if you flip a coin 100 times. Like, you could get a bunch of heads and not many tails, vice versa. You could get weird groupings of everything, right? And cold prospecting, in my opinion, is probably not much different. The reality is that if you, let's just say, over the course of 10 days, for round numbers, you hit 100 actions a day: cold emails, calls, DMs, etc. And one day you get none, the next day you get one, then you get zero, and then the next day you get six, and then that fifth day, right, you get three, but then three more follow up from those that you sent that prior day. You just really have no idea how that cookie will crumble, so to speak. So that's why the volume has to be there. I've never seen anyone actually predict short term when those wins will come, and it sucks because you spend a full day reaching out to 100 people and nothing can come of it, right? And if you're a millennial like me and you want instant gratification, it pretty much sucks. um, but anyways, yeah. So, and I would say, it's interesting. It in a way, it kind of has to be this way, because if you could accomplish huge things without putting out that much action, that it would that opportunity would cease to exist very quickly, because someone would realize that there was a lot more low hanging fruit than there should have been, and they would have just spent all day doing it, beating you to the punch, right? So in a way, this is a good thing. It means there are still deals out there to get, and you don't, it's just a matter of how long you're going to spend putting out those actions to get them. And it's really interesting. This is one thing I think about a lot, even though I'm a founder, is, whether I'm hiring a salesperson or I'm selling myself. I think back to my past experiences, and I wish I would have asked this more often, but it's like, if I hit 100 actions a day, Mr. or Miss hiring lady or boss person, if I hit 100 actions a day, will I be able to hit 100% of my yearly goal in 6 months? So twice the output, right? In the same amount of time. Um, and to me, if the answer is anything less than a resounding yes, like, move on, right? Because 6 months is like a long enough time. If you're actually doing that much volume and you can't blow it out of the water, either the product is off, we're not getting enough support for marketing, our skills aren't good enough, the market might not be developed. Like, I can think of 50 reasons why, as a salesperson, if you are hitting 100 actions a day and not getting what you think you should get, there's something off in that equation that is outside of our control. So anyways, yeah, that's what it's like to send 100 cold DMs a day, guys. Talk soon. Bye.